In this lecture, basically, I am going to discuss how you will calculate per unit impedance of the transformer winding and what is the advantage if you represent winding impedance in per unit system. Then what will be the advantage? So for this, let us consider a single phase transformer and its primary winding impedance is Z1 and secondary winding impedance is Z2. And V1, I1 are the rated value of primary voltage and current respectively, and V2, I2 are the rated value of secondary voltage and current. You must remember this is a rated value. The current I1 is calculated from the rating of the transformer. Suppose a transformer is rated as 10 kilovolt ampere and 200 volt by 100 volt. Suppose this is the rating of transformer. When you will see the nameplate, when you will see the transformer, then there will be such type of rating. And here current is calculated. This current is calculated from rating means here current will be, I1 will be the total power which is 10 kVA. And if you will convert it in volt ampere, then this is 10 into 1000. And the primary rated voltage is 200 volt. So this will be 50 ampere. Here rated current means the current which you have calculated from the rating of the transformer. Similarly, if you want to calculate I2, then you have to divide with 100. You have to divide with 100 in place of 200 because secondary rating is 100. So you will get 100 ampere. You will get 100 ampere. So this is the meaning of the rating of the rated current. This is the rated current. Means the current which you have calculated with the rating of the transformer. So this is a single phase transformer, and this transformer has primary winding impedance is Z1 and secondary winding impedance is Z2, and its rated value of primary voltage and current is I1, V1 and I1, and rated value of voltage and current for the secondary side is V2 and I2. So here it is very important to note this I1 and I2 is calculated from the rating of the transformer, and V1 and V2 are the rating of the transformer. Now, in the course of machine, already you have studied when you will calculate total impedance of the transformer referred to the primary, then it will be equal to Z1 plus Z2 N1 by N2 whole square. Here N1 and N2 are the number of turns in primary and secondary winding. Similarly, if you want to calculate total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary side, then it will be Z2 plus Z1 N2 by N1 whole square. And from these two expression, it is obvious Z1E and Z2E are not equal. It will be equal only when N1 equal to N2, when primary and secondary term are equal. Otherwise, for a step-up transformer, for a step-down transformer where N1 and N2 differ from each other, Z1E and Z2E will not be equal. And you can say total impedance of the transformer referred to the primary differs from the total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary. So while you are calculating, while you have calculated, or you can say when you will calculate total impedance of the transformer, then the knowledge of turn ratio is very important. Without this knowledge, you cannot calculate total impedance of the transformer, either referred to the primary side or referred to the secondary side. For example, uh, primary impedance is 5 ohm and secondary impedance is 2 ohm. And I am asking you, calculate total impedance of the transformer referred to the primary. Then for the calculation of total impedance, the turn ratio, the knowledge of turn ratio is very important. Without the knowledge of turn ratio, you cannot calculate total impedance of the transformer, because you can see here either total impedance referred to primary or total impedance referred to secondary. This total impedance is dependent on the value of turn ratio, and without the information of turn ratio, you cannot calculate total impedance. And second thing which you cannot hear, that the total impedance of the transformer referred to the primary will not be equal to the total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary. This is in conventional unit when you are representing impedance in ohm. Now I am going to show you when you will represent impedance in per unit, then the knowledge of turn ratio is not important. You can calculate total impedance of the transformer, either referred to the primary or referred to the secondary, without the knowledge of turn ratio. This is first advantage. And second advantage, you will see in this lecture, that total impedance of the transformer referred to the primary in per unit system will be equal to total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary. So there are two advantages while you represent transformer impedance in per unit. First, without the knowledge of turn ratio, you can calculate total impedance of the transformer. This is the first advantage. And second, the total impedance of the transformer either referred to the primary or and referred to the secondary. These two values will be equal, or you can say in per unit system, Z1E in per unit and Z2E in per unit will be equal to each other, where Z1E is the total impedance of the transformer referred to the primary, and Z2E is total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary. And when you will represent impedance in per unit system, then you will see the total impedance referred to the primary will be equal to total impedance referred to the secondary. But when you will represent impedance in ohm, then total impedance of the transformer referred to the primary will not be equal to the total impedance of the transformer in transformer. When total impedance of the transformer referred to primary will not be equal to the total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary. So these are the two advantages. And for this reason, it is suggested, it is preferred to represent transfer impedance in per unit system, or you can say it is suggested analyze the power system in terms of per unit. Second thing, you have studied that for the transformer, and if there is no loss, if you will ignore the loss in the winding, then if you will ignore the drop in the winding, then the ratio V1 and V2 will be equal to its turn ratio, will be equal to its ratio of its turn. And also, if you will ignore no load current, then this ratio will also be equal to I2 by I1. So you must remember this formula. before derivation of this result. So, and I hope you have a study about this formula, about this relationship, and this relationship is true if you ignore drop in the transformer winding, or and you if you will ignore no load current, because no load current is very small, and for the analysis purpose you can ignore it, then this relation will be true. Here V1 I1 is the rated value. You must remember it is a rated value, and V2 I2 is also a rated value of voltage and current, and N1 and N2 are the turn ratio, and this is the impedance of the transformer referred to the primary, which you have studied in course electrical machine 1 in 4th semester. Similarly, this is the impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary. It is the total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary here, and you can see here both Z1E and Z2E is dependent on the turn ratio. Without the knowledge of the turn ratio, you cannot determine transformer impedance, total transformer impedance. But this is in conventional unit. In conventional unit, in ohm, Z1E will not be equal to Z2E. You can revise this formula, and you can go through the 4th semester book, 4th semester course or in first year. In fact, in first year you have also studied about this formula. So you can revise this formula, then you will clearly understand this concept. Now, how you will calculate per unit impedance, how you will calculate, how you will convert this conventional unit in per unit. So in previous lecture you have studied any physical quantity can be converted, any physical quantity which is given in conventional unit, that physical quantity can be converted in per unit system just by dividing its base value. So if you want to convert total impedance of the transformer referred to primary in per unit system, then how you will convert? Just you have to divide it by base value, and base value is must and it is also you have already studied the base value is considered from the rating of the machine, and this is the rating, this is the rated value, and from this rated value we will calculate the base value. Means if you want to calculate base value for primary impedance, then it will be V1 by I1, and if you want to calculate base value of secondary impedance, then it will be V2 by I2. So it is recommended to determine base value from the rating of the machine, which you have studied in previous lecture. Now, how you will calculate, how you will convert this conventional unit in per unit system? Just you have to divide it by base value. So in per unit system, total impedance of the transformer referred to primary in per unit, it will be equal to its actual value and divided by its base value. And actual value of impedance referred to the primary is already given here. You can see this is the actual value of the transformer, actual value of the impedance referred to the primary. This is actual value of transformer, a transformer impedance referred to the primary, and this is actual value of the transformer impedance referred to the secondary. So now the question is to convert this conventional unit in per unit system. So you have to divide it by base value. So just you can divide actual impedance by its base value. Base value, you will get the impedance in per unit system, and Z1E is already given here. Z1 is Z1 plus Z2 into N1 by N2 whole square. So you can write, in place of Z1E, you can write this divided by base. And as you know, the base value is derived from its rating, and rating of the primary side is V1 and I1. So Z1B can be replaced in terms of their rating. This is common formula. Z is V by I. And if you want to calculate for primary side, then it will be V1 by I1. Or you can write this. Now, you can multiply I1 V1 with Z1 and I1 V1 with this term. So the second expression will be this. Now, for the transformer, already you have studied for the transformer, V1 by V2 will be equal to N1 by N2. If you will ignore the drop in the winding. And second formula is I1 by I2. I1 by I2 will be equal to N2 by N1 under certain condition. This will happen when you will ignore no load value of current. When you will ignore I naught. Because I naught is very small and you can ignore it. And this relationship will be true when you will ignore drop. So approximately you can write V1 by V2 is equal to N1 by N2 and I1 by I2 will be equal to N2 by N1. And I hope you have studied about this relationship in 4th semester. So we will use these two equations to derive the final result. So this formula is already known to you all, and you can also revise. You can also go through electrical machine 1, where you will see this formula, and in first year already you have studied about this. Now in place of I1, you can write, in place of I1, you can write I1 will be equal to I2. From this equation you can write I2 into N2 divided by N1. And similarly, in place of V1, you can write V1 will be equal to, from this expression, you can derive V1 will be N1 by N2 by N2 into V2. So just in place of I1, you have to write this, and in place of V1, you have to write this. So in place of I1, you have to write this expression, and in place of V1, you can write this expression. Similarly, here you can replace I1 by this expression and V1 by this expression. Similarly, here it is Z1. Now this term is Z2 into, in place of I1, I have substituted this value, and in place of V1, I have substituted this value. And N1 by N2 whole square is already existing here. Now just I am solving this expression. This is N2 by N1, and this denominator will be again N2 by N1 into I2 by V2 into this Z1, and Z2 is here, and this is N2 by N1, and this denominator N1 by N2 will be N2 by N1, and this one is N1 by N2 whole square. I2 by V2 is here. Now this N2 square by N1 square will cancel from each other, and this N2 into N2 become N2 square. This N1 into N1 become N1 square. So you can write this term as I2 by V2. This term as I2 by V2 is here. N2 by N1 whole square is here. And this term Z1 is here. And similarly here N2 into N2 N2 square will cancel from this N2 square, and N1 into N1 square will cancel from this. So these two all term will cancel each other. So here the remaining term will be Z2 into I2 by V2. Or you can take I2 by V2 common. You can take I2 by V2 common because this term I2 by V2 existing in both term. This ratio existing in both the term. So when you will take I2 by V2 common, then the remaining term exists here is Z2, and in first term it will be Z1 N2 by N1 whole square, and you can write this as, what is this? This is total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary. You can check here. What is total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary? Z2 plus Z1 into N2 by N1 whole square. The same term is coming here. Z2 plus Z1 N2 by N1 whole square. So you can write this as Z2E. This is from equation number 2. And Z2 is, what is Z2E? Z2E is the total impedance of the transformer referred to the secondary, but in conventional unit. And this I2 by V2, you can write it as V2 by I2. So this expression can be converted in this expression. Now, what is V2 by I2? V2 is the secondary voltage, secondary rated voltage, and I2 is the secondary rated current. And V by I is the impedance, and it is the ratio of rated voltage and rated current. So it will be the base value for the secondary winding. When you will see the transformer, then this is the rated current, and this one is the rated voltage. And what is V2 by I2? V2 by I2 is impedance. Since this impedance is calculated from the rating of the transformer, so it will be the base value for secondary side of the transformer. So in place of V2, in place of this ratio V2 and I2, you can write Z2B, because V by I is the impedance, and V2 is the secondary voltage, and I2 is the secondary current. So this impedance is derived from the rating of the machine, rating of the transformer. And when you will derive anything from the rating of the machine, then that quantity can be taken as the base value. So for secondary side, it will be the base value. And this is the actual value in ohm. And when any physical quantity is divided by its base value, then what will you will get? You will get per unit value. So this is the per unit value referred to the secondary side. So I have started this calculation I have started this calculation from Z1 per unit, and after solving the expression, I got this is equal to Z2E per unit. So you can say Z1 per unit is equal to Z2 per unit. So what you are analyzing here, if you are writing, if you are uh, using per unit value, or you can say if you use per unit impedance in place of ohm, if you write impedance in terms of per unit, then what is the advantage? You can see here in per unit, total impedance referred to the primary is equal to the total impedance referred to the secondary. So this is the second advantage. Without knowing the turn ratio, without knowing anything, you can say, you can determine its total impedance. So if this is a transformer and its per unit impedance referred to secondary is known, if Z2 E per unit total impedance referred to secondary is, for example, 0.1 per unit, and the question is what will be total impedance referred to primary, then answer will be 0.1 per unit. So there is no need to know about the turn ratio of the transformer. So there are two advantages when you will represent impedance of the transformer in per unit system. The first advantage is, and in next numerical example, and I am going to discuss one numerical example also, or I will discuss a numerical example on per unit system in next lecture also. In that lecture, I will show you when you have knowledge of per unit impedance referred to the primary, then the total impedance referred to the secondary in per unit system will be same. So this is the advantage. These are the two advantages of per unit system. First, without the knowledge of any turn ratio, you can determine total impedance of the transformer. And second advantage is in per unit system, total impedance referred to the primary will be equal to the total impedance referred to the secondary. But you must remember here, the base value must consider from the rating of the machine. Here, base value for the primary side is V1 and I1, and it is its rated value. And base value for secondary side is V2 and I2, and it is also its rated value. So this is all about reactance or you can say impedance calculation in per unit system. In next lecture, I will discuss some of some more advantages of per unit representation, and I will discuss numerical example based on it also.